Hey friends, welcome back to more Reddit stories about entitled people, insane people, and everything in between. Hope you're all doing wonderful today, and as usual, let's get right into today's Reddit posts. Screamed at for saving someone's life. I'm a full-time student getting my PhD at age 30, and I work full-time as a server. I've been working at this Greek bistro for the greatest people for almost 15 years now. I started bussing at almost 16 and I'm now a manager. So a few months ago, it's around 6, and one of our regulars, I'll call him Andy, comes in. Andy works at a mattress store and always comes in for lunch. He's an awesome guy, and he's a big guy, close to 400 pounds. Anyway, Andy shows up after work with a woman. She's maybe a good 10 or so years older than him. It's obvious they're on a date, so we make a fuss over him. The owner's wife gets him our best table, and we bring them a complimentary glass of champagne. He orders our platter of meat, and she orders a vegetarian platter. They're eating, and I hear her gasp. Andy's face is blue, and his hands are over his throat. So I go over and I give him the Heimlich, while the owner calls 911. I'm giving him back blows when his date whacks me with their purse. "You're hurting him. I took first aid. That's not right." She's screaming in my face. He's still choking. The owner pulls her away from me, and she's screaming still. Andy's piece of steak goes flying. He's able to breathe. The paramedics are there, and she's telling them I hurt him. The paramedics tell her I saved his life. Anyway, they end up taking Andy in because he's wheezing a bit. She throws me a dirty look and follows them out. 2 days later, Andy comes in for lunch with his coworker. He thanks me over and over. Then he tells me that was the first and last date with that woman. He brought his newest girlfriend in yesterday. She loved the restaurant, and best of all, she's nice. Crazy neighbors terrorizing entire community. I live in a rural residential area in Tennessee. It's a beautiful place, but we have had some issues with neighbors recently, which is making life uncomfortable, inconvenient, and even dangerous. Quick intro, I live on a small rural road in a medium county, even though it's 30 minutes from a large metropolitan area. I've lived here for well over a decade, and it's been great. However, some residents moved in about 2 years ago to a nearby property, and things have been getting worse and worse around here since. To start off, these people and their property are something out of a stereotypical Appalachian documentary. Trash-covered property, decrepit trailer, small camper being used as an addition to the house, naked kids running around, uncontrolled dogs chasing everyone who even gets close to the property. The works. However, their actions are what have been truly disturbing. These people have routinely participated in unreasonable, inappropriate, and harmful behavior, which has negatively impacted our entire community. They frequently create excessive noise at night. Gunshots, random explosions, fireworks, vehicle racing, yelling, loud music, construction, etc. The noise is often so loud that it can be clearly heard while in my bedroom, which is about 100 yards away from the property. This has directly resulted in impacted sleep schedules of many neighboring community members. We work, they don't, so they don't care. What is more concerning is that they have a bunch of school-age kids. If it is this loud 100 yards away, it must be unbearable there. How do any of these kids ages 2 to 16 sleep or rest? When confronted about the issue, the residents became angry and confrontational. They regularly open burn trash, plastic, and other materials, which creates noxious fumes and chemical smoke. I have come to the conclusion that they do not take their trash off like normal people. They burn it on the premises. I have recently contacted the EPA and local environmental department with pictures of this, but haven't heard much back. Their dogs routinely run free and approach people in an aggressive and territorial manner. My own family members have been chased while on our property by the dogs in an aggressive manner. When I angrily confront them about this, after politely asking about it several times, and mentioned animal control, the adults became upset and cursed me, and the children threatened to, quote, beat my ass and kill my dog if I touched their animals, to which I clarified that I wouldn't touch them, I would shoot them. Not the wisest thing to say, but I was upset. This issue has made our community afraid to walk down the public road, or even go outside if it's close to the property at issue. Their children ages 2 to 16 routinely trespass on the property of others and have been seen committing property damage, i.e. damaging signs, fences, landscaping, etc., and stealing personal property. When confronted, they become angry, refuse to leave, ask what are you going to do about it, or threaten the landowners. They also bring their aggressive dogs with them when they trespass, which is dangerous to landowners, their families, and their pets. We call the police, but they won't do anything because they didn't witness it, even with video and pictures, and because it's mostly kids. Furthermore, I think this trespass could open up landowners to liability issues should the kids get hurt, which is ridiculous and stupid. P.S. We have trail cams and no trespassing signs up, which are constantly ignored. On one occasion, they entered a neighboring home without permission, and were only thrown out when discovered by a surprised and angry homeowner. That is dangerous as hell. Simply put, these kids do whatever they want, wherever they want. They are not supervised and their parents do not care. They have no respect for others or their property, and will speak to adults like grown people. I have been cussed like a dog by a 7-year-old or 10-year-old on numerous occasions for telling them to get off my property or to move from out of the road. Recently, the older child and some buddies have begun to operate off-road vehicles on the public road. They do so recklessly, speeding, doing donuts, and weaving out of established lanes. Furthermore, they have committed property damage by driving through private yards while trespassing. When confronted about such, the whole gaggle of older teens became confrontational, aggressive, and stupid, cussing, yelling threats, revving engines, etc. The kids routinely block the public road. They actively block traffic and will not move unless you lay on the horn or start causing a commotion. They also have been known to throw things at vehicles or run in front of traveling cars. I have witnessed them do this to UPS, USPS, and other delivery trucks too. In fact, on one occasion I witnessed 2 of them jump in front of the mail truck and abruptly stop him, while a couple more climbed on the back and one tried to enter the cab. The mail worker was clearly uncomfortable and tried to keep the kids off the truck and out of the road. When the kids finally cleared, or so he thought, the postal worker drove up my driveway. However, he didn't know one of the kids was still hanging onto the back of his vehicle. As he drove up my long driveway, the kid fell onto the pavement and looked pretty hurt. I just watched in disbelief the whole time. They have begun shooting firearms more frequently, especially at night. I am all for responsible firearm ownership and usage, but nighttime shooting is dangerous and unreasonable. Furthermore, the property is less than an acre in area and is completely surrounded by private property and the public road. As such, I don't see how they are safely discharging guns on the property at any time, much less at night. This property is covered in trash, as in I think they use it as their own personal landfill. This trash and litter is unsightly and unsanitary. Furthermore, this trash regularly migrates into the public road and into others' property, including my own. The property is oddly busy, especially at night. It is not uncommon for vehicles to come and go throughout the night, with many only staying for a few minutes. Additionally, you can frequently see people and lights moving around the property, from building to building or to the vehicles, all night long, even until 4 or 5 a.m. While this is not illegal, it is highly suspicious. Keep in mind this is a trash-covered dump of a property down a small rural road, yet it is as busy as the McDonald's drive-thru at night. This activity is abnormal and doesn't make logical sense. I personally don't think they're selling Girl Scout cookies if you catch my drift. Recently, I was notified by another neighbor that the USPS would not be delivering to my road anymore. I then spoke to USPS and they informed me that there is a law enforcement investigation ongoing and that they would no longer be delivering to my road due to, quote, postal workers and their vehicles being regularly attacked and harassed by children and animals on the road. But get this, they only quit delivering to half of the road, the half where these people live, and they're the only property with kids in that half. Unfortunately, I wasn't surprised at the allegations. I've personally witnessed them doing this to the delivery guys, myself, and many other motorists. I understand and appreciate the issue and I want the postal guys to be safe, but this has caused all mail delivery to 16 residences, including my own, to cease, and our in-person pickup location is about 25 miles away. Just ridiculous. The kicker to all of this is law enforcement has been extensively contacted regarding these people. We know that some of this activity is illegal, trespassing, property damage, theft, etc., but we can't get anything done about it. Each time we talk to the police, they say things like, I don't know how you handle it, or yeah, we know all about it, we have to come out here all the time, or if we get a call out here 8 times out of 10 it is for these people, or that property has been an issue for a while now. One cop even told me that he personally has contacted DCS numerous times, yet nothing is done and nothing changes. After the police, quote, talk to them, they quiet down for a day or two, and then start up their BS once the dust settles. This one property and its residents have been allowed to routinely harm and terrorize our entire community, and the police and local government know about it. They have disrupted sleep schedules, damaged property, stolen property, and routinely trespassed, caused disturbances, and now they have caused our entire road's mail delivery to be stopped. We have spoken with them many times, but they don't care and won't change. We are at our wits' end. We have collectively discussed legal action, or something similar, but many residents are worried about retaliation or confrontation. In fact, one other concerned neighbor told me, "I'd love to help you do something about them, but I don't want to come home to a burned down house. This is how bad it is. It often feels like I share a border with a third world country. We shouldn't have to live like this. It isn't normal, it isn't reasonable, it isn't acceptable, it isn't safe, and it isn't sustainable. Our entire community is suffering because of this single property." Have any of you all dealt with anything like this? Thoughts, questions, concerns? Any ideas, tips, or advice is welcome. Thanks for reading. It's absolutely insane that they're more or less just getting away with all this. But unfortunately, because they're doing all kinds of different things, there doesn't seem to be one magic bullet for the situation. At the very least, it does seem like they're being investigated over the kids interfering with mail carriers. So that's one thing. But then you have trespassing, property damage, discharging firearms, probably drugs, and all sorts of stuff. So it's not looking good, honestly, especially when retaliation from them is a real concern. I guess the best thing someone could do is continue to protect their own property as best as they can, and also keep kicking up a fuss with the authorities and all kinds of agencies as much as you can. Keep them in the spotlight, and one would hope that the authorities can't just keep turning a blind eye forever. One would hope being the key phrase here. But beyond that, I don't know, man, that's rough. Good luck. That's gonna be all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and also subscribe to the channel for more if you haven't already. So have an awesome day, take care, and I'll see you next time.